Please join in this guided meditation to relax and reflect on this summer season. Take a few deep breaths. Concentrate on the rhythm of your breathing. Breathe in and out, in and out. Close your eyes, and with your inner eye, picture yourself wherever you are. Wherever you are begins to fill with a white mist. It is swirling all around you. You can no longer see anything at all. The mist gets thicker and thicker, totally enclosing you. As the mist slowly clears, you find yourself in a meadow. The grass under your feet is lush and green. There is a light, warm breeze, and you can feel the heat of the sun beating down on you. You can hear the clicking sounds of crickets in the grass. Ahead of you, you see a path leading into a vast forest which you decide to follow. You make your way to the path and into the shady coolness of the canopy of leaves. Once in the forest, you follow a rough track, going deeper and deeper into the trees. You are not scared or lonely, but you enjoy the heady scent of the trees, the birdsong all around, and the rustling of squirrels and other unseen wild animals. As you go further in, you feel a change in the atmosphere. Gathering clouds have blotted out the sun from the few patches of sky you can make out. The wind has got up and is rustling the branches, and you hear the first rumbles of distant thunder. Suddenly you emerge from a particularly dense grove of oak trees into a clearing. Immediately you catch your breath as your eyes alight on one huge oak standing alone in the middle of the clearing. It must have stood there for hundreds of years. Its trunk is the thickest you have ever seen. The clearing feels full of energy. You see dancing lights and gaze in wonder. What are they? Bats? Moths? They move too quickly for you to be sure. It begins to rain, but the huge oak canopy shelters you. And as you walk around the vast trunk, you see that behind it is a bench on which two remarkable people are sitting. One of them is an old man with a long flowing white beard. He is dressed in a green cloak and wears a crown of oak leaves on his head. Beside him is a beautiful young lady in a white dress. In front of them a small fire is burning, flames flickering brightly, and a small column of smoke rises up into the canopy. They invite you to sit down beside them, which you are happy to do, grateful for a rest, and with the hope that they can tell you of a quick way back as the storm is getting worse and the lightning flashing overhead. You are eager to ask them questions, but the old man puts his hand to his lips and looks at you solemnly. He tells you to think back over the last few months and reflect upon the things that you regret. Helpful things that you meant to do but never got around to. People you said upsetting things to. And jobs you know you could and should have done better. He seemed to be able to read your mind, for he takes out a piece of parchment, and on it your thoughts appear in words. You are feeling bewildered and sad when the lady takes your hand and comforts you. She assures you that you need not be sad, that you can still undo most of these wrongs, and that she will help you. And as if to confirm it, she takes the parchment and drops it into the flames, where it swiftly turns to ash and is whirled away by the wind. The old man groans in pain. The thunder rumbles more loudly. And the lady says that you must go quickly, for he has not got long to live. She points out where the path goes on into the trees, and tells you that should you need her, she will always be there, and you can come and talk with her. Then the trees seem to close in behind you, and you can no longer see the clearing or its occupants. As you continue along the path, it starts to get brighter, and the rain pattering on the canopy above you eases off. You go around a corner and enter a thicket of holly bushes, which bring you out into another wide clearing. It is much brighter here. The rain has stopped, and the sky clears, so you are now bathed in the light of the sun, which you notice is setting. You are surprised it is so late so soon, but even more surprised to see before you two figures in the clearing. Sitting on a tree trunk with a high back in the form of a crude throne sits a handsome young man dressed in green robes, and with a prickly-looking crown of holly on his head. Beside him stands a mature woman, clearly a mother, wearing a dress of green velvet. The man beckons you over to join them, and you rush over, again eager to ask questions. But the mother lays a hand on your shoulder and indicates to you to listen to the young man. He smiles at you and asks you to think of 3 things to particularly aspire to over the next few months. The first, he said, should be the planet on which you are lucky enough to live. Perhaps you can save energy in some way, such as turning off lights when leaving a room and not leaving equipment on standby for long periods, or do something to reduce litter or pollution. The second is for your fellow human beings. Can you do something to help a friend or family member, or perhaps give more to charity, or buy fair trade products to ease poverty in the third world? The third is for yourself. Is there something you really want to do, such as go on a holiday, buy something special, or something to help you to move on to the next stage of your life? What can you do to make these things become reality? The mother takes your hand and assures you that they can help you achieve your goals as long as you have the self-will and determination, and that you can come into the forest and talk with them whenever you like. You thank them both, then as the sun drops below the horizon, you move out of the clearing to set foot on a much broader track that soon leads you back out of the forest into the meadow. The sun, however, has set, and the white mist closes around you. As it clears, you find yourself once more back where you started from. When you are ready, open your eyes.